What's up, loves? No, I'm kidding. But this video is gonna be kind of on and off as far as lighting, because obviously I'm outside and I'm passing under trees and whatnot. You get the gist. Plus, it's also nighttime. Anyway, long time no see. Today or tonight, I'm gonna talk about my experience working at Lowe's. Okay. Now, Lowe's actually turned out to be better than what I expected, because it's retail. And if you watched any of my other videos, like I have a certain kind of experience, with retail-based jobs and all that stuff. So, but like I said, like it was better than what I would have expected. I can't say that I didn't have, semi-annoying managers. Like we had one guy, and he wasn't even annoying. He was just uptight about, his job and all that stuff. Like he's the team leader, supervisor, or whatever it's called. And so, he was just particular about the way he wanted things done. Like we had in Lowe's, and it's probably the same in Home Depot. I'm not sure. I've never actually worked there. But I know there's a lot of similarities where we have bays, and so we have to check bays and all that stuff. And so for merchandise or for our position, the number of bays we do in a day or in a shift is a big deal. Corporate actually sets numbers and has us keep goals for the number of bays they want every person to do. And in the Lowe's I was at in Albuquerque, we would team up, So me and the guy I normally team up with named Dean, he's the guy that kind of taught me, and then we ended up being cool from there on out. We'd always crack jokes. Dean told my team lead, something about when I was learning how to do bays. He said, Dean asked my supervisor, have you showed him the master bay? For those that kind of get jokes, just kind of read in between the lines on that one. And so I think I carried that on for, a couple of times. And like low key, there were a lot of girls. That's the only time I'm going to try to use the term low key, because that's these new age terms. I mean, like they're clearly not made for me. But there were a few girls that worked there that I mean, like they were pretty cute. Now, again, this is in New Mexico. And if you've seen some of my earlier vids, I think I addressed the fact that a lot of females in New Mexico love to play games. They'll give you their number, contact info, and, they'll go out of their way to not hit you up to make excuses. My rule is, I give you 24 hours from the last time, from when I message you or text you. And if 24 hours after that, you still haven't replied back, then I just delete your number, your Snap, or whatever contact information that I have of you. Because I don't care how busy anyone is. If you can't respond in 24 hours, either that person doesn't matter to you, or you're just straight up playing games. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So anyway, even though there were a lot of cute girls there, I probably asked 2 or 3 girls for the contact info. And in all, like there was probably like 7 or 8 girls that were like, that's what's up. Because normally, if that wouldn't have been the case, I probably would have tried to ask out all 7, But I knew that those girls play games, And so the 2 or 3 I did ask out, I didn't ask her. Like, I can't say I asked them out or I even asked for the number. Because one, I know her name was Renee, and I didn't ask for her number, nothing like that. She implied that she had a boyfriend, so I was like, I ain't even gonna start barking down that tree. I mean, I probably still could have gotten her number. I mean, I can't tell you how many times when I was in New Mexico, I just got a phone number of a girl who ended up having a boyfriend or even a husband. It was just, New Mexico is not the place to go. Like if you want a girlfriend, like maybe if you want to mess around, but it's just not the spot. But so there was her, and then there was another girl, this white girl, I can't remember her name, and I think she said that she ran tracks, so some kind of running. And I got her Snap, and I ended up having to delete her because the 24-hour rule that I just talked about. But beyond the girls and all that stuff, Dean, there's a couple girls there that Dean was into. And I don't know if Dean is ever going to see this video, but what I will say is, there was a few girls there that Dean wanted to talk to, get the numbers of, There's another guy that worked with me and Dean for a while until he left the store. Can't think of his name. But anyway, Lowe's ended up being a better overall experience, and it's gonna be dark for a little while. Like, it was a better experience just because of the people that worked there with me. As you can kind of see. Beyond that, everyone was pretty chill. Store manager was pretty chill and all that stuff. I think what kept it from being perfect was like, because women there or in that city, in that state, like to play games and all that stuff, like it doesn't end up, like nothing from Lowe's ended up really going nowhere, because I don't have patience for that. Like, I ain't gonna simp out or beta male out, you know what I mean? So that's the only thing about that. That's why I wouldn't say like it was perfect, because then it would be covering all areas, But yeah, no, there's a shit ton of laughs and all that stuff, Oh, Ronnie or Rodney. I'm pretty sure it's Ronnie. So Ronnie worked with me and Dean, and oh my goodness, him and Dean would always crack jokes and shit like that. There was one time, I guess Ronnie was joking with this guy who worked in receiving, and he worked in receiving, but he drove the truck too, I guess, for deliveries and all that stuff. And anyway, he said to Ronnie, he showed Ronnie his arm. He was like, Ronnie, like, you want to see my tattoo? Ronnie was like, yeah. When Ronnie bent over to look at this guy's tattoo, he swung the bottom, because his arm, I don't know if you can even see it. Hold on, let me get into a more lit up part of the sidewalk. He turned his arm like that so Ronnie could see him. When Ronnie bent down to look, he swung the bottom of his arm like that. Hit Ronnie in the fucking balls, man. Now, I didn't see it happen. That's what I was told when Ronnie came back to me and Dean. And Dean said that people always get him with that joke, because Dean is like in his early 40s or late 30s or something like that, and Ronnie's about the same age. And Dean's been told that joke and gotten hit in the balls with that joke I don't know how many times. But I guess Ronnie told Dean about this before I found out about it, or before I was told about it. And, and Dean knows the fucking joke. And Ronnie still asked him, hey, you want to see my tattoo? Dean said that he was like, yeah, huh? He looked in. Fucking Ronnie had hit him in the balls too. I'm like I literally fell on the floor laughing. I'm like, Dean, apparently you always fall for that joke, and you still do, But anyway, so for me, Lowe's was pretty decent. The job in of itself wasn't that hard. We cleaned bays, stuff like that, and that was pretty much the most of it. If customers had a question, we did that. There's this old woman, to me, she was kind of weird old woman, where she would only come to the store to say hi to us. And if she knew you, like, she eventually kind of she didn't get to know me, but she would usually see me because I was around Dean, and she would always say hi to Dean and Ronnie. So by association, she would say hi to me. And she would like shake her chest, like shake her abdomen, like, fuck, I gotta get into another light area, hold on. Like shake her abdomen, like all like that. I don't know how well you can see that, but she's inadvertently shaking her fucking tits, you know what I mean? And she's like between 50, like in her 50s or 60s. So I should probably turn it this way because it's gonna look all weird when I'm uploading it. So that was an interesting experience, you know. Old lady inadvertently shaking her boobs and stuff like that, even though you don't necessarily care to see that. So anyway, I'll close it out for now. This video is getting into 9 minutes long, so I'll see you on the next one. All right, peace.